Hello, I'm Atlas Quest, and today I wanted to talk about why I'm excited for Ashes of Creation. If you're not already aware, Ashes of Creation is an open world, crowd-funded MMORPG developed by Intrepid Studios. Like many before them, Intrepid Studios is set on bringing life back into the MMORPG market, an ambition that isn't often received too well within the MMORPG community. As such, this highly anticipated MMO and its success within the genre is a hot topic, some believing that this MMO will be the WoW killer, and others taking a more skeptical approach given past occurrences. Though I hold my own opinions on the matter, this video isn't about whether or not I think AOC will succeed within its genre, but rather a focus on why I'm personally very excited for the title. Number 1. The developer's vision. First and foremost, I'm absolutely enamored with the vision of the developers. Intrepid Studios was founded by Steven Sheriff. Steven is, by all intents and purposes, a long-time, avid MMORPG gamer, and he founded Intrepid Studios in order to create the MMORPG of his dreams. I know, it sounds like a cheesy anime story arc, but it's true. Steven's passion has brought together a team of very experienced developers, and together they plan on creating not just a game, but an experience. It's difficult to listen to Intrepid talk about AOC and not get somewhat excited. There's just something about a studio that deeply cares about the integrity of their game more than they do how much money the game will bring in. I'll list a couple of videos in the description below that I really feel showcase the passion and drive of this team. Number 2. An open, changing world. One of the big features of AOC is what they call their node system. To put it simply, the world of Verra is divided into sections called nodes. As players adventure around a node, the node will gain experience, and as the node gains experience, it will rank up. Nodes will have 5 ranks in total, each rank bringing the node from a tiny village into a huge, bustling city. These cities will bring life to the surrounding areas, unlocking new dungeons, storylines, NPCs, stronger mobs, world bosses, and just overall more content. It's important to note that as a node levels up, all of the surrounding nodes will lose experience. This means that the state of the world will be constantly changing as players challenge each other to grow different nodes within the world. This mechanic should, in theory, create a world that's unique to its player base. This mechanic also brings me into my number 3, meaningful choices. Progression is important. The ability to move forward and to grow in relation to the people around us is what drives most of us in an MMO. Reaching the highest level, getting that high-tiered sword, defeating the endgame raid boss, all of these different types of progression fuel our grind and pump life into an MMO. So yes, progression is important. But how often are we fueled not necessarily by progression, but by the fear of regression? The idea of losing something that you have worked hard to attain could also be a huge driving force in MMOs, and not one that's explored too often. It seems that many players will not only help to progress a node, but become enveloped in them, owning property, creating a sub-community within the city, and enjoying all of the boons that higher tiered nodes offer. This attachment to a node will give meaning to a player's choice, whether you're the guild leader who assembled the alliance which fought for the progression of your city, or just a solo traveler who happens to own a mansion within the walls. Losing the node will mean something to you, and that fear of loss will give your choices more meaning. Now, I can't say that this is exactly how things will pan out, but this is what the node system is intending to accomplish, and I'm excited to see how it develops. Number 4. Class system and character progression. The class system in Ashes of Creation consists of 8 main archetypes: tank, mage, fighter, cleric, rogue, summoner, ranger, and bard. Though you start out as one of the main archetypes, you will have the ability to choose a second archetype as a subclass somewhere down the road. This creates a total of 64 class combinations. On top of this, players will be able to join and progress within organizations and religions, granting special augments to certain abilities and new skills on top of what they already have. The idea here is that character customization extends beyond just choosing your race and class, and gives players the freedom to choose who and what they want to be. TLDR, characters will receive skills, traits, and augments from their choice of 64 classes, 9 races, 6 religions, and 3 organizations. These will progress individually, but give players a lot of customization options, making your character unique to you and your playstyle. Number 5. Hints of realism. It's no secret that MMORPGs feel like a second life to many of us. That's why player housing, emotes, and other immersive content is so important. Intrepid Studios is very passionate about making everything in the game meaningful. One feature that they have mentioned are social buildings. The idea of social buildings is to give meaning to certain gathering places and make sub-communities within the cities. In a recent blog, Steven wrote about the Mighty Beard, a tavern located in a town called Marrow's Head, where adventurers gather to gain information, boost their EXP gain, plan for combat, socialize, and even play some minigames. In essence, this tavern functions as a social hub with its own voice chat. Players will be driven to go to their favorite taverns for many different beneficial reasons. I believe that these hints of realism make gameplay more immersive, creating a more solid experience. These types of details are interesting and definitely something I look forward to hearing more about. Now, it's important to remember that the game is still in pre-alpha, and many of these systems haven't even been shown in their entirety, if at all, and they are subject to change as the game evolves. With that in mind, my excitement comes from the hope that all of this is possible and from the faith that I have in this team to carry their ideas to the finish line. So what are some things you're excited for? Do you believe this team has what it takes to make MMOs great again? Leave your comments down below. My name is Atlas Quest. Happy gaming.